While you're watching the matches on your television sets, what goes on behind the scenes? What does a match day look like for the broadcasters, for the regulators, for the people behind the scenes who bring to you all the action live?
Can we start on the other side and come this way because they're more important?
We spoke to the technical delegate of the Hockey India League, Mr. Joshua Burt, who gave us a lot of insight about what goes on behind the scenes. Take a look.
This is our reserve umpire. Our reserve umpire is the conduit between the umpires and the tech bench. Timing judge. Zishan's our timing judge. He's keeping time. Okay, so he'll stop and start time as per the umpire's whistle. Then we have our scoring judge. Our scoring judge looks after interchange, goals scored. Then we have also an extra judge at the Hockey India League where we have a cards judge. The cards judge controls how many international players are on the field at any given time. So we have a maximum of 5, okay, a minimum of 2. TO manages the field of play, all the substitutions, okay, bench behaviour, penalties, so personal penalties such as cards. So typical match day for us starts with a few meetings with our team. So we have an umpiring team and a technical team. They both work as a united officiating team. So the umpire manager and I, as the TD, will meet with our umpires, review their match from the day before if there was a match, or prepare them accordingly for the match ahead. We also meet with the technical team just to ensure that they understand their roles and their responsibilities. So once the match gets here, we usually get here about an hour and a half before the game. We set up the computers, we set up and make sure the scoreboard all works, all of our defined roles. We also need to be here when the teams arrive just to ensure that they've got what they need, which is ensuring that the pitch is watered and ready for the match. Corner flags are in place, that the goals have been checked to see if there's any holes in the netting, anything that possibly could derail our game.
What are the corresponding things in terms of the broadcast?
The Hockey India League will manage that, or FIH if it's an international tournament. What goes into it though is we do have a studio boss who actually sits at the front, okay, and they help us with the timings. So we have a pre-match protocol which involves all the smoke and mirrors, all the fireworks, cheerleaders and so on. So they prepare all of that, and we ensure that the players come off in time, that they're prepared, they're in number order, so that when they do file onto the field, they're in the right situation for the introduction of each player. Okay, so after the match is done, the technical team will put together a report. So the report looks a lot like this one, okay, which basically gives a snapshot of all the interactions throughout the game. Once that's all completed and they have it ready, we take it to the managers, and the two managers will then review. Okay, once they review it, they sign it to say they're happy with it. The umpires will then review the match to make sure they're happy with the outcomes of the report, and then finally the two judges and then the technical officer will sign it to verify that the match is final and complete. Once it's complete, they make it official, and the match report can no longer be changed.
How is the India experience different from other places? What are some of the challenges and some of the advantages that we feel?
So the only real significant change between FIH games and Hockey India League is the fact that we have an international quota. So there's a minimum of 2 international players must be on the field at all times, and a maximum of 5. So we have an additional judge, so that's not in our normal game of hockey, but it is in Hockey India League, who only manages the international players. 8 players on a team, okay, but they can be subbed on and off at any time as long as they don't exceed 5 or go under 2. So it's a tough job because there's a lot of counting, a lot of checking, and the penalty for getting it wrong is a short corner or penalty corner, okay, which can change a game. So judge assigned to that role works really hard because we don't like to have a gotcha moment. We want it to be fair and equitable, so we work with the two managers to ensure they don't make this mistake. So far in the men's, we've only had it once. It was a very quick incursion, but the reality was we had to give the penalty corner, and in the women's we've had a couple, but our aim was always to have none.